Hello, and a very warm welcome to you, parents, carers and children. My name is Julia Hamilton. I'm the head teacher of Swarfield, and I can't tell you how wonderful it feels to have all of the children finally back together here. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to your child's class teacher and phase leader, and to share with you some of the key information that you'll need to know to ensure that your child settles in happily into their new year group and makes the most of all of their learning opportunities. But firstly, I'd like to introduce you to the other members of my senior leadership team.
Hello, I'm Anna Pearson. I'm the Deputy Head for Inclusion, and I also work with children with special needs in early years.
Hello, I'm David Gwynn. I'm the Deputy Head for Teaching and Learning, and I also teach in Year 6.
Hello, I'm Lucy Dodson, and I'm the Special Educational Needs Coordinator for Swarfield. I work with lots of pupils, parents and other services in Wandsworth. If you want to get in contact with me, just call the school office and they'll let me know.
I know that we will continue to work together as a team to ensure that if the school is forced to close down due to a local lockdown, or in the event that a bubble has to close because of a case of COVID, that we will make sure that your children's learning continues. We're going to be very strict in ensuring that your children attend their online lessons and that they complete the allocated work, which then they will have to hand in virtually to their class teacher, and that in turn will be marked. Currently, our teachers are having additional training on delivering live lessons to your children so that the whole class can take part in really high quality blended learning. We're writing our new blended learning policy, and we will make sure that you get copies of that over the next couple of weeks. So you will know what online learning will look like for your year group in the event of a bubble or year group having to isolate. I'm going to hand over now to class teachers and phase leaders to share some more information.
Hello there, I'm Miss Patel. I'm the lower phase leader for years 1, 2 and 3. And I'll begin by talking to you about behaviour. We wish for your child to come to school and feel happy, calm and safe in their learning environment. We have very clear rules, 3 rules to be exact. Be kind, be safe and be responsible. As a school, we feel children do their very best with positive praise, and there are a variety of strategies that we use as teachers. It ranges from class dojo points to super assembly certificates to the prized above and beyond certificate. Along with that certificate comes a cup of hot chocolate with Miss Hamilton and a biscuit too. And that is in recognition of consistent, exceptional behaviour. Now, as much as we are proud of the children for doing their real best, we do have a rigid behaviour system where if a child was to make a poor decision, then we would follow a set of guidelines. First of which is a gentle warning, and if they continue to do so, then we'd give them another warning. After that, there'd be a time for reflection, and that would be 5 minutes time out in the classroom. Should your child continue to make poor decisions, they would then take a reflection sheet and they will then be taken to the parallel class teacher for a moment to reflect on their behaviour and think about what they could do differently in the future, and in fact how their behaviour has affected those around them. At this point, and after the 10 minutes in the other classroom, they would then have a conversation with the class teacher, a one-to-one gentle dialogue to just express our feelings. And after that process, we begin again, and the child would have another chance to prove to themselves and to prove to us and the rest of the class just how beautifully behaved they can be. On to uniform. We want your child to come to school feeling proud to wear the Swaffield school badge, and we like nothing more than seeing children turn up to school looking smart, ready to learn. The expectations of the uniform are detailed on the screen. However, I would like to share with you a few key points. Firstly, please do send your children into school with plain black shoes and Velcro if possible. Now, if your child is unable to tie their shoes independently, Velcro would be the best option. If they are able to be independent, then absolutely, you are more than welcome to send them in with laced shoes. Next, we would like you to keep precious items of jewellery at home, and for health and safety reasons, to stick with just stud earrings. Please be mindful of your child coming into school with clothes that are not labelled. It is really important, especially in the current situation, that children don't go home with other children's belongings, especially jumpers. So please, please, please label every item of clothing. Just a note on PE uniform, it is really important that the children have a pair of trainers in their bag ready for outdoor PE lessons. Also, we are expecting the PE kits to go home and be washed and returned the following week, ready for their next lesson. Reading is the most important skill we could ever teach our children, and we have a massive passion for reading here at Swaffield. I would encourage you to read with your child daily. It will be invaluable. And reading with your child can come in many, many different forms. Every day, your child will come home with, hopefully, a brand new book alongside their reading record. And of course, listening to them read is important, but you may find that children are not quite in the mood. But listening to stories is just as meaningful. So if you get those days where they're feeling extra tired, do sit down with them and have story time. And the pure joy of listening to their family read to them will just be the best part of their day. There are other techniques we could use to encourage children to read. My turn, your turn. Your child takes a page, you take a page. And there is no requirement to complete a book in a day. If you've got a slightly longer text, do continue it until it's completed. It could take a week, and that's fine. If they're feeling a little tired, maybe just limit it to that page for the night. Another note that I wanted to share with you is colour book bands. It's really important to ensure that the children don't see these colour book bands as a race to get to the very top. It is very much about the comprehension. Comprehension is 99% of the task, and word reading and decoding the text is obviously very important, but that's no use if your child doesn't understand what's happening in the story, doesn't understand about the characters or the emotions. And should they find that difficult, then that is important for you to share your thoughts about the story as well. It is also important to share with your class teacher if your child is struggling with their reading at all.
Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Naldret and I am the class teacher for Chameleon this year. I'm really pleased to be sharing this slide with you. It's a topic web and it tells you exactly what your child is going to be learning this term. It's called Beautiful Britain, and that's our focus. And you will see that each curriculum subject is represented within a box. Share the topic web with your children because they will love to tell you about what they've been learning. Plus, they will be curious to know what they're going to be learn about in the future. I'd like to draw your attention to two boxes in particular. The first is the science box, and right at the very top you will see the words working scientifically. Let me tell you a little bit about working scientifically. It's a very important part of science learning, and it involves the children's investigation skills. They will learn to develop ideas for setting up their own investigations. They will get better at drawing conclusions. They will be able to think of their own ways of presenting results. They will classify, they will compare, and they'll be able to spot patterns in science. This is such an important part of science learning. Next, I'd like to show you the maths box, and you will see the words problem solving and reasoning. All aspects of maths are really important, but problem solving and reasoning are like the icing on the cake. They are the skills that help your child to express themselves, to be able to tell you why they've decided what their answer is. They'll be able to tell you they've proved what their answer is. They'll be able to solve problems using all their mathematical knowledge that they've gained over the years and apply that knowledge to solving real life problems as well. Enjoy looking at the topic web. We're going to have a fun term, and Miss Patel and I are planning lots of exciting things to do that, as I said before, link in with our focus, Beautiful Britain.
In Year 2, we have a streamlined approach to our homework. It involves reading, weekly spellings and weekly mental maths. With reading, our expectations are that your child reads for at least 15 minutes every day, and for parents to ideally write a comment in their child's reading record as often as they can. With weekly spellings, we would send home a set of words that follow a particular pattern or a particular rule. Alongside these will be words that are found in the high frequency word list, in common exception word list from reception years 1 and year 2. And they're often referred to as red words because they're words that don't follow a particular pattern. Just need to be known. Mental maths will involve a particular skill to reinforce and rehearse. It could be number bonds to 5, number bonds within 10 to 20, number patterns, adding 1 or taking away 1 from 2-digit numbers, and it could be times tables and learning the counting pattern for your 2s, 5s, 10s and your 3 times tables. And later on in the year we'll be introducing a rather cool website called Times Table Rockstars, which I'm sure the children will absolutely love. In Year 2 we have 2 PE sessions a week. Our PE days are Wednesday and Friday. Some of these PE lessons could take place outdoors, so it is really important to be prepared and leave a pair of trainers in their PE kit. In terms of washing kit, it is different from last year, and we will not be sending them home every half term. Instead, we will be sending home PE kits every week, and it will be on a Friday after their lesson.
On this slide, I'm going to be talking to you about the Year 2 Autumn Phonics Screening Check. It's compulsory, that means that all the children have to do it, and it's used to assess the children's skills at word reading. We're going to do it after half term, and the children won't know anything about it. They'll have no idea they're doing it. Be reassured that we're going to continue to have daily phonics lessons, just as they did in Year 1 and reception, so that they are absolutely 100% ready and prepared.